Forget everything you thought you knew about a compact car. This is the Omoda C5. With its futuristic design, next-level tech and dynamic performance, the C5 is here to rewrite the rules. Whether you're zipping through town or chasing new adventures, this baby is here to turn heads and win hearts. So what makes this car a true game changer? Well, your favorite passenger princess is on a quest to find out. Stick around. So you may be wondering, what is Omoda? Well, Omoda is a fresh forward-thinking brand from Chery, one of China's largest car manufacturers. Launched in 2022, Omoda aims to bring stylish, tech-savvy vehicles to the global market. The C5 is its first global model designed to appeal to young urban drivers who want their car to be as bold and stylish and dynamic as they are. Up next, we talk to Ildiko as she gives us a full tour of this car and, of course, a full review of the Omoda C5. Stick around. Today in another episode of your favorite passenger princess fangirling. Yes, I'm fangirling over the Omoda C5. Of course, as usual, we are going to start with the exterior, but we are bringing back a familiar face, the wonderful, the lovely Ildiko, and she's going to be walking us through the Omoda C5. Hi, Ildiko.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good,
Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so let's start off with, as usual, the exterior of the car. I have to say, the front design of the grille definitely captured my attention.
Absolutely. The design gives you this wide sort of look and you know, sporty feel. And what I love is that the badge is not just printed on, but it's actually on the bonnet.
Yes.
It gives such a sleek, sophisticated look. And even the lines of the car, it's really so beautiful how everything comes together. Yeah.
I think people would look at this design from the front and think, is it what I think it is? And then they take a closer look and they're like, oh, what is this?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at it, it does be, at first it's very daunting, but it grows on you because you see it in the back, in the rear view mirror, this car is coming and it just gives you, it's such a presence.
It's such a presence.
Yeah.
This is why I said this car is here to turn heads and win hearts.
Absolutely.
Because you turn heads and you're like, what is that? I think I want that one.
Absolutely,
okay,
yeah.
So let's walk around the car and see what else we have here. I do have to say, I like this design of the
lights, yeah.
Oh.
Everything is so sleek, and this whole car, I mean, as we move around, you'll see it's so aerodynamic. So it gives you the, you know, that flow of air just comes through, so you can go on high speeds without hearing too much wind noise or anything like that, and it uses less fuel because of the aerodynamics.
Okay, all right. Let's walk around and see what else we have. I do have to say one thing that captured my attention is the red, but I understand there's a reason for that.
Yeah, the red accents, it is something to just accentuate the lines of the car. The wheels, for example, it's an 18-inch wheel. So as the wheels go in motion, you know, that turning, you see this red just going around. It's actually so beautiful.
Oh, it's absolutely
And the lines
phenomenal.
are just so classic and sleek.
Oh,
yeah.
I feel like everything about this car is beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I like how compact it is.
And the color combination works so well because the color of this car is called Phantom Grey, the grey. And with the red, it works so well, and it's got a black roof. So it's 3 different colors combined, and it just works so well. It doesn't. They merge together really well.
Oh my goodness! So you did mention the color. Do we get any more colors?
You do get a few more colors. Black, you get it in black with the red as well. You get silver, lighter silver than this, and you get a white with a red as well.
Red. Is this version that we're currently driving, is it the top spec, mid spec, or
it's the mid spec? It's called the Luxury S model.
Ooh.
So it's got all the safety features. It's got all the wonderful technology, which we'll explore a little bit later.
Okay, let's move on over to the back. This shape here. Wow.
Yeah, with a boot spoiler. It's just, you've even got the brake light up here.
Nice.
Absolutely nice.
Oh.
And if you switch on the car, the brake lights as well. We'll get that as well just now. And you've got the badge. Now, a lot of people have said, oh, wow, is it a 2.3 engine? It's actually, this is the torque. So the torque of the car, and the red T is for turbo. So, yeah.
Ooh.
So you see exactly, yeah, the C5 is there also in red. So once again, it all works well. And even the silver part here at the back for the exhaust.
You know, as you take a closer look at the lights, because from afar it just looks like, you know, your standard light. But I'm seeing these designs, these pearls.
Let's take the key and just... So yeah, it's really very nice. So if you see, it's a swipe action, which I love. And then when you push the brake, these come up, and it's individual lights in a vertical direction.
This is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, again, for this episode, for the J-Coupe, we had the wow counter.
Yes.
For this one, we need to have the phenomenal counter.
And what's even nice, I mean, I bet you didn't know this, but you can actually start the car from standing outside.
Take
so
me now.
let's try that. So you hold it in a few seconds.
Take me now. Take me now. Take me
Absolutely.
now.
So it takes a few seconds, but you can actually stand from the outside to unlock your start your car.
Yes, and then that of course gets your AC going and all of that.
Absolutely. So you know, sometimes you have left a dog in the car, or you've left some kids in the car, and you quickly go in. You cannot drive away without the key.
Without the key, I see.
So obviously then, like you say, the aircon and everything goes on.
So do we need to be at a specific distance to start the car?
Yes, the key has to be in range. It works
Okay.
the same way as if you, the keyless entry as well.
I see.
Yeah, it locks automatically, and it unlocks automatically when the key is in range.
Keys are, all right.
Yes.
So do we also have the ability to, you know, lock the car and unlock the car? What is the range?
Yes, you do have the ability. You can use it with a key, but as soon as you come in within 2 meters, it will unlock.
It will. I see. Okay.
And you can set it to only unlock the door. The door of the driver's door, and not the passenger side, because sometimes you've got a laptop or a handbag and somebody, you know. So they've thought of it.
They've thought of it. Can we take a closer look at this key design? So as we see at the back here, it says Omoda. Fancy. So you have your unlock. This is the rear. This is the boot, and then of course lock, and then we can start our car. So,
So the reason, the key is actually such a sleek design. There's no space for a key ring. There's no hole to just put in a key ring. So the key actually stays like this. And to keep it obviously glossy, we
keep it in the plastic. Yeah,
for the new owner.
No, it's okay. We understand. I feel like I'd be that new owner that keeps it in the plastic.
You don't want to scratch up key.
You don't want to scratch the key. So we only get what happens if I lose this key? Because it doesn't have a key holder.
Yeah, it comes with 2 keys.
Okay.
Fully remote controlled, but you can order it according to your VIN number. It's VIN specific.
Okay.
So nobody else with the same car can use their key to unlock
another Omoda.
Yes.
I
So it's all VIN specific.
Okay.
And it's all programmed as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course the other feature that I noticed was our mirror here. When we lock the car, it does fold in nicely.
So when you lock it, it folds in nicely.
So slick and so phenomenal. So of course, because we've spoken about the exterior, now we need to talk about what you get inside the car. And guys, I am so excited for this. I think I'm more excited for the interior than I am to test drive the car.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the inside of the Omoda C5. I feel like I have to speak in a confidential voice because this baby is so elegant. First things first, the first thing that I noticed when I entered was the center console design. Oh my goodness, this is nothing like I've ever seen before.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's almost like an aeroplane cockpit.
Yes.
So everything is sort of level where you can, you don't have to reach everything where if you sit comfortably, your hands are leveled and your hands are rested your arms are rested quite well. Yeah, so you can touch that, you can just reach out, so you don't have to strain yourself to reach any of the features.
Okay, and then of course here we do have our wireless charging. What is this?
This is just to keep your key.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just charges the battery for the key as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
So you could, that's why you don't have to, but you can keep it there.
okay.
Yeah. So if you also leave, it'll warn you that you've left your key there.
Wow.
Yeah.
This car is very, very elegant. So for those of you that want to see the wireless charging, we can just put it there and then we see. And it's also fast wireless charging, which is something that I absolutely love, because when you're on the go, let's say you forgot to charge your phone the night before, as long as your phone supports wireless charging.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Quick,
it's
fast.
Quick, very fast. In here, you've got a little cooler. So you can keep the drinks cool on a long journey. It does work with the aircon, so you just adjust
I see.
the
That's where you
temperature.
adjust,
Yeah, you
adjust the
adjust the
temperature.
flow of the air coming through.
And this.
Yeah, this is
Oh
it's not matte,
goodness.
but it's
And
a
it
very
looks
lovely
glittery as
It's
well.
glittery as well.
Which
yeah.
is something that I love. I'm sorry, I'm speaking in such girly terms because this is
With the
something
rose gold.
with the rose gold. And guess what? This also translates to the seats.
Yes, definitely.
This is very intentional from
very
Omoda.
intentional. Even the seats are like absolutely the sport seats. So you feel like you're in a Formula One car. You know, the bucket seat keeps you protected. It keeps you in your seat so you don't move around at high speed. So it's really, like you say, all intentional.
All intentional. And then of course we do have our sunroof here, and then you get your lights here.
Yeah.
I do have to say something about the color combinations. I don't know. They work.
They work.
They work because
Yeah.
you would think that, like, obviously if you see this and then you see that, you're like,
Yeah.
But then somehow when you look at everything together,
Yeah,
it
it
just
works.
comes together nicely.
Absolutely.
You were speaking about the bucket seat feature. Let's talk about some of the safety features of the Omoda.
Okay, it's got lane assist. It's got airbags all around. What's nice, I don't know if you've noticed that when we were driving earlier, that your seatbelt feels quite heavy. There's even an airbag in here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's an airbag in here. So it will protect your knees in event of an accident.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness. And one thing
Yeah.
also I noticed when we were driving was we were getting a full view. Oh my goodness, guys.
Camera, it's, yeah, so you can have a look. It'll show you in the front. It'll show you at the back.
Oh my
3D.
goodness.
So every time you turn, it'll come on just to make sure. I don't know if it was intentional for us ladies, because we always drive a little bit too close to the curb. So it gives you this picture every time you turn to make sure.
To make sure you're staying within the lane. And then, of
Yes.
course, the gauge cluster. This is not your traditional gauge cluster. This is, of course, all digital and
all digital.
Oh, my
yes, and
goodness.
all of this is touchscreen, so it's supported by Apple and Apple CarPlay and Auto Android.
Okay.
I mean, you've got your media, you've got your phone settings. Your vehicle settings is actually where you can have your things like your ambient lighting and
Wait, we get ambient lighting in
you
here
get
as well?
ambient lighting here as well. So you have your different color combinations.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, at the moment, because we're in a little bit in a light,
Yes.
you can't really see it. But at night, it really comes out. But you'll
it
see
does show you where.
and it's even going to be in the cup holders
Are
as
you
well.
serious?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys. And then also the push to start button.
Yes.
This is very sleek, I have to say. I think everything about the Omoda C5 design-wise is very sleek.
It's very sleek, and it's very the need for buttons is eliminated
Yes.
to a minimum at least.
Yes.
So it's very economical. For example, the aircon, it's all push buttons.
Wow.
Even over here, you've just got your camera and your home button. That's it. And you know, your mode goes between your sport mode and your driving mode. And it's what I love about this car is the colors. You know, when you push a button, the background is just so alive. So you can just, you know, it's very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, very, you know, technological, and the AI and everything that's gone into this.
Speaking of AI, do we get voice assist as well?
You
in
get
this car?
voice command as well. We've got a little guy there that you
I'm here.
and then-
Hi, Omoda. How you doing? Can I please change my
Say that again?
Can I change my ambient lighting?
it's short commands, so let's try.
Yes, I'm here.
Open sunroof.
Got it. It's opening.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
So it's
my
short little
goodness.
commands. You do get the manual where you can see what's already programmed.
Okay.
Because you don't want to make it too complicated. And you can also teach it your voice, your
So
accent.
to recognize your voice.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the back as well, I do have to say this car is very spacious. Like I said, forget everything you thought you knew about a compact car, because she's here to rewrite the rules. Yes, there's so much space at the back. The seats are absolutely comfortable. I love the quality of the seats. This does look like real good quality leather.
absolutely, yes.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
you know, even if we go into the steering wheel, all your functions is driver orientated. We want to keep the focus on the road. We don't want to keep the eyes on this part of the car because for safety. So it's very interactive. You've got your cruise control. You've got your voice command also on here, your Bluetooth, everything you can call from your steering wheel. And the design, this nice, sleek, sporty, flat bottom design. I love it.
Do we get lane departure assist?
You do.
Oh,
yes, you do.
Absolutely amazing. Guys, we didn't actually get to open up the boot, but we will talk about that in a little bit. But for now, your favorite part is here, the test drive. I know I've been geeking out about aesthetics and whatnot because, I mean, your favorite passenger princess has to drive something as aesthetically pleasing as her. I'm joking, not really. But anyway, we are going to be taking this car out for a test drive, seeing how well it performs on the road, and of course talking all the other important features like fuel capacity, engine size, and the likes. So stick around. And off we go. As Ildiko said earlier, this car is very quiet. The cabin is very quiet. You can't even hear anything that is happening. So I think that is absolutely a bonus. It's a winner. So Ildiko, let's talk all things engine size, fuel capacity, torque. We did see on the back earlier
Yes.
the torque size. Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a giveaway. It's a 1.5 turbo petrol engine.
Okay.
Coming with a whopping 115 kilowatt and a Newton meter then of 230 torque. So this really, it's got a dual clutch system. So there's no turbo lag or anything like that. You can drive, reaches the top speed quite quickly, which is around 220.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So we of course have the eco mode, the driving modes, eco mode, and we have sport mode.
And sport mode, yes.
So let's talk then fuel capacity and fuel consumption. rather.
Yes, it's a 51 litre tank.
Okay.
And the fuel capacity is 7 litres per 100.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is not bad. I mean, you can, on the range is about 600 kilometers
Okay.
on a tank.
On a tank. Oh wow. I do have to say, because most mid-size cars, it does fall in that range, right?
Absolutely, yes.
It is one of those cars. All right. And then we did speak a bit about the torque as well. You know, you do get, I think this car is more for, you know, you're driving in town, like I said in my intro, if you want to zip through town.
Absolutely, it is so nippy. You are in and out of traffic. It's small enough that you can get into parking bays quite quickly and quite easily, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it feels like the shopping mall parkings have gotten smaller and
yes,
smaller.
yes.
So yeah, this gives you ample space to reverse park and also even to drive in without any issues.
And can we talk about how steady and sturdy this car is? It's steady and sturdy.
Absolutely.
We are not, you know.
You're not all over the place. The suspension is quite stable, and I think the wheels also make up for it. The 18-inch wheels gives you that stability. You're not feeling like you are going to pop the wheel or something because
Yes.
it's too small. And you know, because of the 18 is a very good size to, even if you want to go a little bit of gravel road, you can do it quite comfortably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of those cars that, you know, you get to explore with it a bit
Yes.
more. It doesn't just restrict you to driving on smooth roads and all of that. Of course, it's not an off-road car,
Yeah.
but we're just saying that should the need arise, it can.
It can. It's
Yes.
got enough height. And even, you know, sometimes you are forced at an event or something where parking is, you know,
Yes,
full
limited,
and you
yeah.
have to go onto a pavement. You can do it quite easily as well.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So now, the question that is on everyone's lips. how much are we paying? Because I'm even scared to ask.
It is absolutely amazing what these cars cost and what you get for the technology. They start around 387,000.
No.
What can you get for 387,000?
For this design, for these features.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
This one is a little bit more higher spec, so we're looking at more of the 450 upwards.
Okay.
For the design and, you know, the red accents. But, you know, the other one, 387, is not a bad price.
It's not a bad price. So, okay, let's talk about the difference. The main difference is I would assume that it's mostly the other one, like this one is turbo, the other one isn't.
No, actually not.
What?
This one is called the Lux S, which we spoke about earlier. The one below it is called the Style model.
Okay.
And it's exactly the same engine, exactly the same performance. The only difference, even the design, everything the same. The only difference is the red accents. It's got a 17-inch wheel, which is slightly smaller. And it doesn't have the sunroof.
I see. Okay. But honestly speaking, for that price, and then now the top spec, how much is the top spec? Because this is the mid spec, you said.
Yes.
Okay, how much is the top spec going for?
This top spec is going for about 600,000.
No way.
Yeah, and that is the Elegance.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, the Elegance. Although the design is still the same, the Elegance is just a little bit more the features. It's got a few extra safety features.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, and what may those be?
It's got the adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
Yes, and it's got memory seats and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can also set your user profile, your driver profile.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
fancy. Honestly speaking, as long as it's the Omoda C5, I think I'm absolutely fine. Let's just listen. Just listen.
Yeah, it's so nice. It's so responsive. I mean, you know, I personally didn't know these cars at all before they came. So you don't really know what to expect except looking at the reviews. But when I started driving this car and how interactive it is absolutely such an amazing car, really.
And just to bring back how quiet this car is, I think it has some kind of noise cancelling feature, because this guy right next to us was hooting, and I tell you, it sounded like very, very minimal. It wasn't even, because you know, when you're driving, I think if you're probably a new driver and you hear someone hooting, you're likely to get startled. But with this noise cancelling feature, wow, I think everything just comes together. And I know that a lot of the times people do look down on these Chinese brands, and they're like, but I do have to say, from the J-Coup to the Omoda, even the Cherry, and I think maybe Cherry also got time to really perfect whatever it is they needed to perfect with now the J-Coup.
Absolutely, yeah. The amount of time and effort that went into the design, the technology. I mean, we cannot ignore the fact that the Chinese population is so vast. And, and the workforce, we cannot compare the workforce with the European market, and that's why they're able to bring the same quality at a more affordable price.
At a more affordable price, and this has been,
I mean, you're talking about it's been so quiet now. I mean, it comes with a Sony sound system, so we haven't even tested that.
Dress or skirt,
So we
whichever
can
your
make
vibe. You put on your pumps. Yeah,
so the sound is quite
good.
clear.
Yes,
it's quite
very
clear.
Yes,
Yes.
very clear sound system.
Yeah, and you've got Bluetooth. You can put your USB in for your own music.
Do we get a dash cam?
No, not on this one.
Okay.
That is a feature just for the J-Coup.
Oh, I see. Okay. But still, honestly speaking, I love everything about this car. I know I said that about the J-Coup, but I'm fine with either or. You know, it's one of those cars where...
You know, I'm actually pleasantly surprised about how much I enjoy this car, because it is really such fun to drive. You know, it's interactive. It doesn't lag when you pull away. You can just quickly go in and out, and the size,
even the takeoff power, like when we're in traffic and then we lift it off, I was just like, wow.
I feel so comfortable with the size of the car that, you know, you get cars that are really big and
bulky.
And
Yes.
this one, the design, everything just works, and
Everything just works.
it's
Everything
really-
just comes together. And because you
it's
drive
lovely.
the JQ, what are your final thoughts, or what is your final takeaway from driving now the Omoda?
You see that the JQ and the Omoda cater for two different customers. This one is a more sporty, urban vibe.
Yes.
And the JQ is a more adventure. Because of the all-wheel drive, you can go to a lodge, you can even be in town. So that is more the family-based vehicle, whereas this one is more the young, upcoming
Model.
vehicle.
Yes. All right.
So yeah, I'd like to keep myself young and say I enjoy this vehicle. I probably belong in the JQ, but you know, this is what's lovely about this car is that anybody can enjoy it. Doesn't
Yes.
matter the age group.
It doesn't
You
matter
know,
the age group.
It can take you back to your university days.
You know, I really was sold on the JQ, but I think after this Omoda experience,
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards the Omoda. Like you did say, it is for the younger urban demographic, but again, anyone can drive it. This has been the Omoda C5, and everything that I said earlier is true. This car truly exceeds all my expectations. If you don't believe me, make your way to Novel, and then you can talk to Ildiko. She'll be glad, she'll be willing to let you
Yes.
test drive the Omoda C5,
Absolutely.
so you can see for yourself. And she's actually making me not want to be a passenger princess anymore. Now I want to explore. But for this week's episode of My.na Cars, I am My.na Master. We were reviewing the Omoda C5 with Ildiko, and the ride was absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. And I will see you again next week, Thursday.
Thanks, Diana.